me go get some food.
Ahoy, matey. This is day 2. I'm me back home. We got like 7 to 8 features done yesterday and sent back out. Delivered. We doing it again today. I'm on it for the rest of the week. If you got a feature, if you ain't got a song, but you got a fire-ass beat and you think you'll hear me on it, you can send the beat and send the offer. If you're a producer and you want me on your beats, send the offer through, send some beats. I get the track done and send it back to you. This is the first time ever an artist will do the song and give it to you. Whatever the situation is, put the offer in, send it my way. It'll come right back to you if it aligns and makes sense. This shit really history. It's funny, I had did a feature for Bun B, so we just been kind of chopping. And I sent back the terms, like, yeah, I usually do publishing and this of the master. And he was like, man, nobody ever asked me for master. And I was explaining to him, like, yeah, I know, like, that's the old wave, but this new wave is like, you know, I don't want ownership of the master. I just want a percentage of it. So when you make your paper, I want to make mine too. And he was just like, man, that's just new. You know, I'm going to talk to my partner. I love that he was open to it still, though. But I have put it in terms, I said, imagine if you made a custom burger with my name on it. I would get something off of every burger sold, right? And that, you feel me? Easy, come full circle. I love seeing the OGs embrace something new, though, and being open. He was like, you know, back in my day, we was all just homies, so we just get pub and then swap. And I'm like, yeah, we do the same with our homies, but we add master too. Why would you stop there? As if I'm not on the whole song, you know? It's a beautiful thing. Right? It's a new era. And my thing now is like, I'm not even like, you know, I'm like, bruh, any percent I'm grateful for, you know, because you gonna give me something, but nothing is, it's just not where we at no more in the game.
I was gonna talk to you about that too. Actually, we just talked about it. First step outside of like working at the compound and stuff and doing these out with other artists. Are you okay with 10? Or do you want 15? What do you want?
I'm okay with whatever. I mean, you know what of mines you're using and utilizing, so you can determine what that's worth. You can determine what that's worth. I think a nigga that you can't do it without should never have the same percent as a nigga you can do it without. If it's a nigga who, nigga, this wouldn't even be possible without their contributions, they shouldn't have the same percent as a nigga who you could have not showed up today and this would have got done. You feel me? So you use your own discretion. So the best term to look at it is if you walked into a store and a nigga was selling teas and one of them has Splash Bakery on that motherfucker and you printed and pressed that motherfucker and it's just in his store and he's profiting, what would you want? Think about that every time you go do something. And you gotta make sure like you walk away with what you deserve as well. Like I've been like now in this latter journey, I'm like, I'm not as frugal with master points because it's like you're giving someone perpetual money for something they may have done one time, you know? So like I was over, which I don't regret it. I'm glad I did because it helped a lot of people realize the power, but I was over giving points. I was giving way more than necessary and walking away with 2 or 3 because I just wanted to be. But you know, now it's like, bruh, you have to be you have to conceptualize what it truly is.
There's not one record I got majority or even close to it.
Right, and that has been me for so long. And I remember Ty Basin used to tell me back then, like, nigga, how you gonna grow the business if you giving away all the money for all the work you've done? You know, so you have to think like I was overly. There's a reason labels usually give producers 2 to 3%. You know, I was giving 25. I would never give a nigga 2, 3. I think they far more deserving. But you feel me? They was doing that because they're like, you made this one beat this time, and we did all the marketing and work to make it into a huge song, and we're paying you perpetually for something you did once, right? That's why they did that. What's happening? Good morning. How are you? What's your name? Nice to meet you, Jackie.
But I only said 10 because when we did it in the G,
Mm-hmm.
shit, that's what you wanted. But like the girl shit, I'm still okay with giving you.
Morning.
What's up, brother? Come on. Always. I never wanted anything specific. Whatever makes sense.
I definitely should stop doing so.
Yeah, because you doing all the work. Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing, all the work and then giving it all away. But it's like you have to learn as you go. It's like me and Pilo Project, me and Hit Boy Project, we did 50/50s. And you know, even that isn't fully adequate of like all the work and all the fun spend and all the you know, it's like that's not an adequate share. But I be willing to do it the first time so niggas see this is what I bring, this is your contribution. Then it could be levied on the next time because you know what it looks like, how different it is. But yeah, you just, as you go and you work, you'll learn. But definitely for the amount of work you're doing and putting the plays together and coordinating everything and doing the final product, you even providing distribution. So, you feel me? You walking away with 3% is insane. But you got to do it to learn. You do it and you learn and you figure out what amount of points and what flow work for you, and then you good. Kind of excited about this hitmaker shit. I'm excited to see what they do, especially because Kadeem is like super excited and adamant because he like, man, we've been waiting for a nigga like you so we could really show the world, like, bruh, you could really get to that major, you could really get to that level independently. We just haven't had anyone that was the ideal candidate to prove that. You know, well, Chance proved it. And a few others, you know, Brent proved it, but Brent's a little different too. Like he's not the world, you know, like, so it's gonna be dope to like see. Like Brent's more known for music than Brent. You feel me? It's never been done, and this is like our first opportunity to do it, and it's so crazy because we've always needed a major label without a major label. Like every artist who's of this magnitude, and to think that I got to this point, like there's no other artist who's as big as I am, as known as I am, who don't have a deal. I'm the only one. I don't have anyone servicing me, marketing, PR, did all. When I drop, it's us. You feel me? Putting our paper, doing, it's us. So to get to this point like that, just imagine when it's like, no, we got the same infrastructure as Interscope. That's gonna change everything.
Everybody around me, you got to buckle down and stand their shit. You got to keep the door down. It's like, all right, niggas, go have at it.
Bro, and it's gonna open it. I'm finna build Motown, bro. This is what we've been waiting. I've been waiting to get the infrastructure of a major without the commitment and the tie of a major. No, none of them niggas be wanting to do a single. especially without options. If they do a single, it's like with the option of an EP and 3 more singles and an album. You feel me? Like, this is the first time a nigga like, man, we gonna give you this infrastructure and you just give us one if you want to. That's a nigga who knows what they can do. That's the difference. Like, a lot of these niggas is like iffy on their own skill. And they predatory. They be like, we can't just do one because what if you leave? It's like, if we leave, that means we had one great moment when we could have had 0. And why the fuck would I leave if it's great? Hello, good morning. Man, this feature shit is like the most beautiful shit. Just being able to wake up to some paper for some work you did yesterday and just, that's the thing with the features. I don't charge a nigga till it's done. So like I knock out hella verses and don't even get paid until the person on the other end could be like, oh, I don't even want to do it no more. And it's like, all right, well, I just won't send it through. But I don't even tax niggas ahead of time. Until it's done, you ain't gotta pay me nothing. Boom, majorly independent, 4K, 225 units sold, average sale price $17, 1.1 million stream equivalent. Crazy.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
A lot.
Oh, actually, I have another question too. Because now I'm starting, like me and Mally did doing this project, and we want to do it to even. Obviously, I'm gonna include him in on the even splits, but we have multiple producers, so how do we go about that?
You have to curate they split based off 100%. So it's not, they don't do it per track. So if you have 10 songs, right, on a project, each song is 100%. So that'll be 1,000% total. So you had to figure out what their split is out of that 1,000. So whatever percent they got in total of the project, it'll be representative of that number. So if they have 10% of a project, of a song, it'll end up being 1% of the whole project. So you have to do their percent based off that. Yeah, so just remember every song is 100%. So however many songs you got, that's your total percent. And then you take the percent they have of that song and divvy it within that, and that'll give you the actual percent of the project. So that way you can make it based off that.
So if it's 8-song album, you got 800%.
Yep. Meaning if a nigga got 10% on one song, its percent on the total project is like 0.8. So you can just give them 1.
Okay.
Yeah, because they don't do it by song like command shift and shit. So you got to use your math. I just make an Excel sheet. I'll show y'all when we get back to the house what my split sheet looks like. I just make an Excel sheet and put it all in, and then you can get the number.
I won't work my name.
Even about to take the fuck off. There's some big shit in the works. It's building that valuation like crazy. It's building that valuation like crazy. I'm gonna be a happy guy in a couple of years. Cause you help build something early. Can't beat that shit. I feel like every nigga in tech, that's like their original concept, but Mag's a little different because he really cares. Like, he really built this because it was necessary and he wanted to help, because he was already helping artists, but they were literally like building them just to take them to a major label to get fucked. So he didn't like that shit. So with him, I don't know, but you know, it's hard for anyone to not to sell when someone's like, here's $1 billion.
That's fine as fuck, but you gotta send it.
Right? Right?
That's the ultimate flex.
Man, to get a check that big for just early work you did, that's big. That's what I'm thinking with Hitmaker too. Like, if they really great at what they do, instead of like, you know, having to sign niggas over there, it's just, we just pay them for their services to do what they do best. Then you don't have to give away like equity and masters, as long as you're willing to pay it out of pocket. It's just paying it out of pocket sometimes get like hella expensive, so you can't maintain it. That's why it'd be easier to partner with them niggas, because they got unlimited bankroll. But once you get to the point where you generate it, it's like Mally, Shantae, and them, you know, they will never have to sign. It'll be up to them if they want to, but at some point, it's gonna be like, bro, y'all making too much paper independently to give it away. That's the only thing that's really been able to keep me from signing. It's like I'm able to generate revenue on my own in abundance. It's like, bro, I'm staying home this whole week and I'll probably end up making 100,000 just doing all these features. It's like, it's 4 weeks in a month. If I was to stay home for a month and just do features, you know, that's the only way to keep you out of the majors. Ain't it crazy how every artist has this ability to? Every creative. Like, I be thinking, like, if Tiana Taylor put a link in her bio and said, y'all could book me directly if you want dance, choreography, you want me to do your set design, you can just book me directly, put your offer in. She wouldn't even be worried about them record deals and labels and anybody playing with her motion, because she'd be able to go indie and fully fund everything, tours, all that shit. Crazy.
I think it's smart to make a link. They need a executive producer niggas and they submit a budget for music and shit.
Yes and no. I think you should prove yourself first. You should make a few classics first, because you gonna dilute your dope, and nobody gonna want it, because it's like, that nigga go cook dope with everybody, and it's not shit that we remember. You feel me? That's why I'm even tightening up again on the song. You know, I always let everybody get on, but I'm finna start refining again like I used to. It's like, everybody get a chance, but if it ain't taking that shit to the next level, really bring it home, we can leave it out. Come harder, and that make everybody really want to get in. But when you just giving everybody the opportunity, and it's just you die, your offer's gonna start getting lower. Cause it's like, nigga, this is what we getting out of it. You can't see the same value. And you know when some shit hitting or not, but it's like, it's time allocation. When you gotta even waste your time working on some shit that's like, this shit ain't even like going or fulfilling, or like yeah. Then you get a few classics under your belt. It's like the live sessions. I never charged for live sessions. I had 50, 60, 70 viral pieces before, you know, a nigga could even pay me. Before I even started taking donations, I was going viral and sending niggas up and raising stock. So it's like, first, you should just do ones for yourself and make classics. Really learn how to craft albums and music and sounds that people want to pay for. That's the beautiful thing about Even, because to make money on Even, to make more money on Even, you have to make something worth buying. Like, you'll always get supporter money, but to get like money, you got to make something worth buying. And that's in the game in general. You know, if you want to sell out shows and tour and live and be able to really live and do this shit, you got to make shit worth that. I mean, unless, you know, some niggas get away, because that's why I said I'm really interested on just working with them for this next one. And I'm glad that they able to move fast in the media, because we finna get straight to the rollout and see what they can do. Because they doing it with less. Like, you know, we give so much for a nigga to make it happen that if you ain't making it happen with it, you probably just ain't got it like you think you got it. A nigga getting viral moments every week. You know, it's like, bruh, you ain't got it, you ain't got it. They pushing $1,000 in ads. Thousands. I watched a clip with one of these artists. They used to do like little Facebook covers, and she was like, "Bro, the label spent $100,000 on just an ad for us to blow up. You spend $100,000, a lot of people gonna see you." And that's the thing. It's like, it's harder for indie niggas to spend $100,000, because it's like, I have to pay y'all and pay bills and pay for travel and pay for whatever the fuck we're doing. So it's like, spend $100,000 on one thing, like, even though you know it'll come back over time eventually, you still have to ration for what your current predicament is until cash flow builds and it builds. Eventually, it's like, we'll be spending 100, 200, 300, 400, you know, on one particular ad.
Can a JV deal be like, okay, so does it have to be 50-50 every time, or can it be like 25-75?
Yeah, I mean, you can work out whatever terms you want. Generally, it's 50-50, because it's jointly. Imagine one of your arms was shorter than the other, you know, and the 50 makes sense depending on what they providing. Like, if you're making all the music content and marketing and shit like that, but someone's providing you all of the money and infrastructure and radio and support to blow it up, you know, 50-50 ain't bad. It's a worthy experience.
Yeah.
But no, it could be whatever y'all agree to and work out. I think you should always start deals with what's best for everyone until you prove yourself. It's like, you gotta prove to a nigga why you worth 75% and you ain't built nothing and you can't even afford to pay your rent, you know?
Right.
What's up, y'all? Like it just gotta make sense. That's why like the major deals, like I get it why some niggas is on like 8 to 15% royalty deals, because it's like we took you from 0 and made you a millionaire and made you famous so where you can go monetize yourself and make money the rest of your life. You'll be okay. You know, if it's something you can get out of. But every deal really is a deal you could work your way out of if you're a good artist.
Yeah.
And a decent nigga. You know, like if you're in a situation where that's your situation, like me, I was always had infrastructure that I could go dig in some more to up my value. But if you don't got that and you ain't got nothing and you just need it, then you know, go do that major deal and work your way out there, motherfucker. And by the time you out and you back free, you're whoever you are to the world. So you could just go and say, link in my bio to book me directly.
Yeah.
Done. Cash flow for the rest of your journey. As long as you keep putting that shit out and serving people, somebody gonna want to deal with you and book you. Somebody.
I'll be looking at the splits. I understand. Just looking at the ones I've sent out, not just be like, wow.
Why would that nigga even have that? He ain't do nothing. Right? But like I say, it's good. Because, you know, I'm glad that we started giving more than taking, you know, than being stingy. Like we overgave. So it's like, I learned. Now I won't give as much so I can make sure I'm still able to do what I do and keep building, because all of them get their money and go do whatever, but you get your money and reinvest to do it again. So if you ain't giving yourself none, you know, ain't nothing worse than something blowing up and everybody else won off of it and you didn't get nothing and you did all the work. That's like, damn, what we do it for? But yeah, I just been learning as I'm moving, and I love it because it's like I'm going into a whole nother era now. You know, I got another fucking 5 to 10 albums loaded now that I get to do it better in the right way, in a way that works for me now. Yeah, I don't be tripping though. I got thousands of homes. Some got 2, some got 3, some got 10, some got 20, some got 50, some got 30, you know. But yeah, I should never walk away with 2.
I get it, but still. Like, I rationalized it as me. I'm like, I ain't making that music. I did it. You?
But you did make the music.
Like, rap.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have existed without you. Like I say, there's different roles. There's people it exists without and people it would not exist without. The people it would not exist without should have more than the people it could exist without.
You texted everybody for the grill session. It's like that probably wouldn't have came together the same way.
Coordinated everybody.
Exactly.
You probably got water and food and whatever else.
You know?
Nigga, that's pivotal.
I did just how you did.
Who bought the session? Exactly.
And then not even, I don't know, the encouragement that you gave as well, like the vibe that you supply. Like
right.
you say yourself, like, nigga, nobody could come around you without smiling. And that mean a lot. I was in there struggling mentally, like really battling, and you was next to me the whole time, like, nigga, shut up. And you helped.
You got it. And every time you doubted yourself and I see it, I gave you words, you went there and killed that shit.
Right.
And I don't only did the extra to hospitality because I see you do that, bro. Like, that shit is the right thing to do.
Right. You take care of people that are taking care of you and helping.
Fact.
But yeah, you just got to keep revolutionizing it to make sense. I think early on, when you ain't like doing no marketing promo, you ain't putting no money, or you just making things and dropping it, 50-50 makes sense. Because it's like y'all both contribute the same thing. Ain't nobody doing no more than another. And then as you grow and it's like, no, I really do this, I add this, you just showed up. The split start to change because you do more. That's how you get from 50-50 to 60-40 to 70-30 to 80-20 to 90-10 to 95-5 because it's like, nigga, look at all that would, like, it ain't just I don't stop at the music. Everyone else gets to stop after the music. You know, Simon gets to make the beat and then it stops for him. He don't have to do no more. He just get to collect the revenue from it. It don't stop at the music for me, you feel me? Like I'm there from the start of the line all the way to the finish. So you have to consider all that.
I wanted to ask you, I was watching a couple of the Freaking Fridays and stuff, and like, I want to know like what running ads exactly is and like what seating is and all that. And it's like how to do it.
I'd have to show you better, but
All right, bet.
running ads is really like putting up a billboard, you know, but through social media. That's all it is. It's a billboard saying this is my product. This is why you should cop my product. I run three different kinds of ads depending on what I'm doing. I do one if I'm selling merch.
Okay.
I do one if I'm trying to sell out a show. And then I do an ad for awareness that's just like, if you see this, you might want to come fuck with me. You know?
The even thing that you've been doing? No?
That's another type of ad. So that would align more with like merch ad type shit because it's like, it goes to a buy link. Awareness ads just go back to my page. It's just like, this piece of content dope as fuck and everybody thinks so. If you see it, you probably think so too. And then merch ad goes to merch. And then like YouTube, you have awareness ads where it's just like, you think it's so great, you know, if other people see it, they'll probably think, I look at shit like, I try to look at it as like, is the clip good enough to where if 10 people saw it, 5 people would be like, let me peep this nigga, you know? But yeah, it's putting your own billboard. Seeding is a form of marketing. Seeding is you just taking something that works and putting it in everybody's store. So if a nigga go to M&M's, they see your t-shirt. If they go to Boss, they see your t-shirt. If they go to your uncle's house, they see your t-shirt. That's seeding. It's where all these different platforms is showing your product. You're planting seeds everywhere. So there's an apple tree over here, apple tree over here. It might go viral on a whole different channel, but it just makes people think, it makes people feel like it's bigger than it is because they keep seeing it everywhere. They don't just see it at your house. They like, damn, there's one of those over there too. He got a house there too. You know, it makes it larger than life.
Okay.
It depends on how great your content is. You don't get to gauge that. If you make great content, you're gonna gain both. A view is just as good as a follower for me. If you seen my shit and somewhere down the line, you like, oh, that was that. Like, we had a few people at the T-Pain shows that was like, I had no idea you was there. I was just seeing your shit. That was from a view. And now they're like, oh, I'm going to see him. You feel me? So it ain't even about a follow. If someone follows, great. But if they see it and it entice them, that's a win too. When I run ads for awareness, that's really all I'm looking for, awareness. I don't care about the click ratio, the like ratio, none of that shit. I just want to did they see that motherfucker?